How's it going, guys? I'm Michael LaPlante, and I am back with another video review. So, I got this in the mail, and it's a very nice package, very colorful. This is pretty. So let's open it up and see what we get inside. So opening it up, you get this. Let's look at that in a second. Let's go through the rest first. So you get the instruction manual, of course, and of course, a USB plug. You always need another USB cord somewhere. And in this little bag, I'm not sure what this is. It looks like little stickers. Oh, wait, I know what these are. Oh! Oh, that makes sense. Okay. So these are like little extra skid pads to go at the bottom of the mice so that it moves around freely. I don't know if you need it, but I'll keep that around just in case. We'll test it out in a minute. Okay, so key features of this mouse. It has a rechargeable battery. That's the biggest selling point of this mouse. Now, it's about a 600 milliamp hour battery. Now, in testing this, I have not fully depleted the battery yet. It charges from empty to full in about 30 minutes, which is impressive. And you can even still use it while plugged in. If you need to recharge it, it doesn't necessarily interrupt you. You just plug it in and keep going, which is a really nice feature because it's much more annoying when they're AA's or AAA's and then it runs out. And batteries in the mouse typically do last a long time, but when you run out, then you got to go and search for them. And if you don't think about batteries often and you completely run out, then you're having a bad day. So having a rechargeable battery is interesting to me. And they say that it should be able to recharge about 500 times. And I don't know the exact figures. I am not about to test that. But in other words, it has a very long lifespan. There's no clear direction on how long the battery lasts for. Some people reported around 10 hours, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I've used it heavily so far and have not run out. So it's not often, I can tell you that much. Now, before we turn it on, let's look at the rest of the mouse. So it has this nice, smooth, rubberized finish. It's kind of like that velvety rubber that is on some things. It's very nice and very comfortable. And it fits perfectly in the hand. There's a few mouses I've tried that have a similar design. Not exactly this design, but similar. And I've always been a fan of this feel. And this one has done it real nice with that textured rubber. And on the side, perfect for the thumb, are the two side buttons. Now these side buttons are programmable to do whatever. I think automatically, if you're into Fortnite or whatever, it goes to the build mode if the bottom left side button. And on the top is the DPI switch. You press it just to cycle through. And the DPI, the max DPI is 7,000, which is actually really, really good. I was impressed when testing this on just how sensitive it is. And they say the range is up to 50 feet. And if you're using your mouse 50 feet away from your computer, do you have like hawk vision or something? I don't know why you would ever need to go that far, but I don't think it would be accurate at that far. It probably remains connected, but yeah, that's a bit much. Anyway, the range was fine, and it works especially good with a laptop, I can tell you that much. I have a desktop computer that I use in my living room, and I can sit from the couch and work with it well there. It works well on flat surfaces, even without a mouse pad. And even with the mouse pad, it works good. Except there was one mouse pad I have, just one. I have a few, but one of them it didn't work well on, and I'm not sure why. I mean, I think it was more the surface itself, but I don't know why one mouse pad doesn't work as opposed to others. But I'm not going to blame the mouse for that because I tested on everything else and it worked perfect. So it must just be that surface. I don't know. Now, the one thing that I would say I would want changed in this mouse in the future is the DPI button. It'd be nice if it was like a two button switch where you could go up and down, because oftentimes you don't remember exactly where you were in the setting, and you may just want it to go down rather than cycle all the way through, and you don't remember how many settings there are total, and it's just a little clunkier to have to tap it and then miss it and then go all the way back. It's just better to have 2 buttons, and that it's not like a game changer because most people leave it at the same DPI. But if you're into detailed work in Photoshop or anything like that, and you want it to be a little less responsive or more responsive, and you need to switch back and forth, then that could be the one hassle I could see. But other than that, it is working well. The lights on it are very nice. I enjoy the lights on it, and especially when it's dark out or dark in my office, and then I can have the lights on and watch all the colors change. It is a nice feature. It would be cool to have them change, like if you were to be able to change them or customize them yourself. It's not a big deal. And in the description on the website, they say no, they just want it to cycle through to help boost your creativity. That was the thought. But again, this is more of the nitpicky side about what I might want to change. But this affects nothing at all. It is a design factor, and the design of the entire mouse is very nice. I appreciate it. And another thing too, it was pretty simple. On the box it says that follow the QR code or the web address that they left on the box to go and download the drivers. But I found that just plugging it in, it was already pre-installed, so I didn't have to look for any drivers at all anyway. So that's always a bonus. It's always annoying having to look for drivers. But if it has it automatically, then all the better. The wireless connection is 2.4 gigahertz, and I found that to be more than adequate. I didn't really find much latency at all compared to other mouses I've used. I've used some mouses, cheap mouses, that had such a high latency that it almost made them unusable. This is not the case with this mouse. The connection was fast and reliable. One thing before I wrap up on the scroll wheel, I appreciate the feel of that. It is not too sensitive. I've had some scroll wheels that were just so sensitive that you have to be like just so careful, but it's tuned perfectly. It's good. It's a good mouse. Anyway, I was very happy testing this mouse. It was great to use, and I'm probably going to be using this in my laptop bag from now on, because a wireless mouse is a lot nicer to carry around than a wired mouse. But I simply just didn't have a good enough wireless mouse to bring with me places that I could rely on. And I believe this mouse to be it. I'm very happy with it, very pleased with it, and I'm curious to see what UHURU does in the future. And in case you didn't know, UHURU means freedom in Swahili. So I thought that was a cool thing to the company. It's a cool company. You should check out their website too. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later.
Hi everyone, now we're going to review the wireless USB gaming mouse by UHURU. This mouse comes in a beautiful box. It's glossy there in the middle. I really appreciate when sellers invest in the packaging. It shows that they care. They care about their customers and about the experience that their products give. So I'm having a little trouble opening this box. Now how do we take the mouse out? There's plastic around it. Happy? Not happy. Happy? Not happy. This is the manual. Sorry, got a little ripped. It's a pretty nice manual. Colors. USB in order to recharge it. This is how it looks. Looks pretty cool. Nothing there. Rubbery. Rubbery. This is where the USB is. USB. And the on and off button. The wheel in the middle. And the button in the middle. Yep. And the keys. Click, 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 click. They feel very, very, very soft. I like it. And it slides pretty easily. Whoa. How was that? Okay. They have two buttons on the sides. Nothing on the other side. Just the wheel and that button in the middle. Alright. So, let's take the USB, plug it into my computer, and turn the mouse on. It looks pretty good, and I love the colors, and it's very responsive and very sensitive. I really like it, and that's a keeper. Enjoy. See you next time. Also check our Facebook page. Click like and invite your friends, please.
It came. This thing is amazing. I'm getting ready to wrap it, but I'm turning it on first. Wow. I haven't read the instructions, but this thing is incredible. The lighting on it, I guess you push the button and it'll change the color. It might need to be plugged in. This thing is amazing. There it is. Wow. Wow. I think it needs to be plugged in for it to work at its fullest, but there it is. It's definitely really colorful. Now it's turning to purple. Wow, this thing is amazing. My husband is going to love this gaming mouse. Like I said, I haven't read the instructions yet, so it does blink. It's amazing.
Funciona muy bien. Tamaño que se adapta a la mano. Contiene dos botones para retroceso o avance. Los colores son bonitos. Aquí este botón es para apagar o encender el mouse, aunque si está inactivo en automático se desapaga. Y aquí es donde viene el conector USB del Bluetooth. Lo podemos ver. Muy buen producto por el precio.
Awesome. It's very fast. Check this out. Like, that's one, and you got this one, which is fast, and then you got the slow one. See? Like, works great. Colors work. And the button works awesome.